Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it's not quite the Black Sheep show, but we got some very, very prestigious guests on the screen today. Here we go. And here we are. Thank you for joining us, guys. We got Brian, Charlie, Eric, and Trey in the house from MI5, the MI5 crew. We got we got the business lines of credit. We got the free money. We got what else can you ask for? We got the gold trading, right? So what do you guys want to start?
Okay, so
if you want to introduce yourself,
let's do an intro. Let's do an intro first, right? Who would like to go first, guys?
You know what? I'll go first, Charlie, and we'll kind of make our way around the table here, and then we can go a little bit more into, the nitty gritty, as we call it. So my name is Brian Davis. I am the Director of Operations for MI5. What is MI5? You're probably all wondering. Well, we've sort of partnered up here with Chris, your leader, and came up with a special offering for you guys that's really been taking a lot of other communities and a lot of other networks that we've worked with to the next level. So we're excited to share it with Chris and all of you guys. And a little bit more about me. I come from a background of restaurant hospitality. I worked in restaurant hospitality for most of my career in operations, overseeing multiple restaurants all across the United States of America, opening up, scaling, growing, and building these businesses. And I particularly fell in love with the idea of passive income and passive investments probably about five years ago or so. And I got into the crypto space, the DeFi space, you guys' world, as well as, some of my own worlds of just like AI, automated bot technologies, passive income streams, financial investing and trading, particularly in Forex markets, precious metals, US 30, learning smart money concepts, learning how to trade from several mentors. And I had this, sort of dream and ambition to use these tools to free myself from a financial and time standpoint. And what happened is, one thing after another, it was really difficult to navigate this world of uncertainty, this world of, you'd find opportunities that were really great, and then they'd kind of disappear and fizzle out. You'd find other opportunities that were stellar, or, painted to be stellar. You get through the door and it's not as stellar. You'd find opportunities that were flat out rug pulls, things of that nature, things that were just pull out from underneath you. And really all these things that kind of we didn't like about the world and like about the space. Same thing with crypto projects. I'm sure you guys are familiar. You get some and then they flop. So Eric and I and Trey and Charlie here have sort of partnered together, and we've created a mastermind over the course of the last 5-6 months here. And what we did with this mastermind is we brought all of these resources, this information, and our network and our mentors to be able to really create a refined process for navigating this world of creating a passive income stream that can free you from a financial and time standpoint. So that's what I am, and that's what I'm all about. That's my piece of the puzzle here. I'm going to pass it on to, let's see, whoever wants to go next, Charlie, Trey, or Eric. Tell them a little bit more about them, and we'll go a little bit more in depth afterwards about kind of like what this all means and what we're presenting on and what our system actually entails.
Awesome. Go ahead, Trey.
Okay, so my name is Trey Pinkerman. And obviously my introduction isn't going to be as good as Brian's, I don't go as in depth, but here goes nothing. So I have been in the financial space for the last 18 months or so. I've been going through consumer law, reading up on it. So the credit space, I've been in a lot longer. I had a great mentor over here. His name is Degen Alexander, that taught me a lot of the funding knowledge and methods that I use. And that's kind of gotten me to where I am today. Obviously, we're always developing and learning more because in this space, it is ever expanding. There's always new offers. There's new connections that you're going to be able to develop, right? And that allows me to offer you guys more. I have been in the trading space for about 4 years now, in and out of several opportunities with Brian, both bots, crypto, all sorts of stuff. So I'm very proud to be here, guys.
Nice. Welcome.
Awesome. It's all you, Eric.
Yeah, I'll go. So my name is Eric Melissa. I was a systems engineer for over 20 years. And this is really not my favorite thing to do, to be presenting here. I like the technology. I like working behind technology, like developing the systems. So I was able to, I've owned engineering companies. Actually, I had an engineering company, did very well. But I always believed in the entrepreneurial spirit and residual income and creating systems to do that, to leverage. And that's how I got together with some really good mentors and partnered with Brian. I've known him for several years now. And in a short span of time, I was able to exceed over 6 figures. And now I'm going into this full-time, working with my business partner here and friend, and just changing lives and doing some amazing things here.
Awesome. Okay, next to me, right?
You're up.
My name's
Charlie
Xavier. What do you say, mate?
They're saving the best for last.
The best
Guys, I need to let you know right now, Charlie is my homie. Like we go way back, and none of this would be possible if it weren't for him. He was the one that got me into crypto. So you guys can thank him for all this that's going on right now. The DJ protocol.
Too kind. Thank you so much. Thank you. Okay, my name's Charlie Xavier. I've been in business for 22 years. Always been an entrepreneur, always been a hustler. As Chris said, I got him into crypto years ago. It's like 7 years ago now, right, Chris? And the first opportunity that we got involved in, it turned out to be a Ponzi. So that was Chris's baptism of fire. And since then, Chris has just been absolutely on fire. So he's put a lot of the hard work in. So I just
found better Ponzi's.
Yeah, better Ponzi's, right? And now you're creating them.
Yep.
And since then, obviously, Chris has done a lot of hard work, so I can't take all the credit. But I've been involved. I've done a little bit of this, bit of that over the years. I now consider myself as one of the top guys in my industry when it comes to recruiting and sales, marketing, that kind of stuff. I'm the guy that you come to when you want to get shit done, okay? That's who you come to, Charlie Xavier. You want to get some shit done. At the moment, I'm moving into the world of celebrities, working with a lot of celebrities. I'm going to be organizing some stuff in Las Vegas for some music artists over there, people like Usher and a few other big names. And I've primarily been in the entertainment industry for, I'd say, the last 5 or 6 years, working with boxers. Mainly boxers, but there's little offshoots here and there. When I lived in Vegas, I was a familiar face on the circuit on the Las Vegas Strip. And I'm not going to talk too much because I want to get into the nitty gritty, because I think you guys really want to hear about what it is that we're going to be talking about this evening, because it really benefits you. And we're here just to pour gasoline on the fire and get shit lit. So without further ado, I'm going to hand it over to Brian, I think, and we'll get going and start talking about what it is that we are going to present to you this evening, guys. Sounds
Absolutely. So yeah, now that we've got the introductions out of the way, let's go a little bit more into the bigger picture here of what we're presenting. So we came to Chris with this roadmap and with this system that we've been plugging into numerous other communities, numerous other companies, and we like to coin the term the MI5 system. And the system is great because it actually is able to apply to multiple different communities and multiple different people all over the US. So it's important to note that right now this is a United States only based opportunity. We are exploring, other options internationally. Not to say that certain elements of this opportunity are not available worldwide. However, the primary thing that we're going to be talking about is going to be the business line of credit. And this is applicable only to US-based people at the moment. So what do we do? And what is our system? Our system is pretty simple, but it's not known by a lot of people. And this knowledge is navigated in different ways by different people. So we've figured out just the best way to navigate it. We like to coin our term, the path of least resistance. So everything that we try to do is trying to get from point A to point B in the quickest amount of time. And why do we do what we do? Why do I wake up and do what I do? Why does Eric and Trey and Charlie and all of us do what we do? Well, from us, the most important thing in life is, and excuse me here, making positive impacts on humans and really changing lives. And that's why this just started with Eric and myself and Trey and Charlie just sort of intimately connecting with our family and friend groups and our small inner circles. And now it's kind of, we've realized that it has had such an impact on those people. So we want to do good for the greater good of humans and bring it to whoever we can, which is why we're partnered with Chris. So business line of credit and how it's useful. So a lot of people think, well, what do I need a business line of credit for? I don't even have a business, right? Or I don't even, own an LLC or a corporation. I don't want a credit. Credit is bad. Credit causes me to go into debt. Stay away from credit. And that's usually the stigma around credit. Honestly, that was my stigma around credit for a lot of my life. It got to a point I was in credit card debt several years back, and I got out of credit card debt in a bad marriage. And, when I got out of it, I was like, oh, thank goodness, I'm never going to touch another credit card again. I don't want to talk about credit. But that is until I met my friend Trey here, and him and I go about a couple years back now, and we connected. And when we did, he started talking to me about the power of how you can leverage business line of credit to do some pure magic. So that's what our system is we actually take individuals that have a great credit score. If you don't have a great credit score, that's fine. We actually offer some of the best. No, I'm not going to say some of the best. I'm kind of biased, but the best credit repair that is on the market. There's a lot of companies out there and people out there that get you in things for a year, 18 months. And those companies run you around in circles and you never really get the results that you're looking for. We're able to take somebody, with credit that needs work and repair it typically within a 4 to 6 month period. Pretty much on average, which is just, light and fast results in terms of getting you ready for business line of credit. So what do? You get an LLC, you obtain an LLC, a brand new LLC. You can go out and get one, or if you already have an existing LLC, you can use that as well. We obtain you a business line of credit, and we're actually really good at obtaining high balances. Our average is somewhere between $50,000 and $75,000 for business line of credit, all the way up to $200,000 and beyond, depending on how good your credit score is. So that's what we do, is we utilize your credit score with your LLC to be able to acquire these business lines of credit. And your credit score ideally should kind of fall within a certain set of parameters so that we're able to process you. And those parameters are a 680 credit score or above, no derogatory marks or collections or, things of that nature, and no missed payments for the last couple years, as well as, pretty good credit limits, some up above 1,000, 2,000, the higher the credit limits, the better success that we have. If you don't have those things, we actually have our funding director on the call today, which is Trey Pinkerman. He's going to go over and open it up for Q&A. But, we're actually able to game plan with each client. We've created a system where we're able to literally offer the service of like giving you information on, you could do this little tweak and this little thing to fix these blemishes and to touch it up, right? And to make it so that it's in presentable state. And what that does is once you're able to obtain a business line of credit, we help you put it into a passive income generating vehicle, right? So that's why we're doing all this. That is the whole point of everything that we do, right? Is you obtain, let's just use, I like to use my mom as an example. She's wrapping up her funding right now. She's going to be securing around $100,000 business line of credit. That's going to be the figure that she secures. Well, what we do is we help my mom, what we've planned for her and what our system is we help you leverage that into passive income. So we've got private hedge funds run by some of the top traders of the world. We've got automated business systems from YouTube to e-commerce to things of that nature. And we're constantly exploring other offerings outside of that too, to be able to layer on. So Chris is partnered with us. He's in the private hedge fund that we're in. We're actually underneath NDA and are unable to really share too many specifics behind that. But let's just say that it does over 20% per month. That is a guarantee just based off the caliber of the traders. So 20% per month. My mom's $100,000. She's going to throw it into this private hedge fund as an example, and she'll be able to create an income stream for herself that's $20,000. Within a 5-month period of time, she will pay back that business line of credit. And now she owes nothing on her business line of credit. It's zero balance, but she still has $100,000 in the hedge fund making $20,000 a month. So my mom has essentially created a $250,000 income stream for herself. And we can do this for anybody that falls within the criteria of the credit score. So you can see how powerful this stuff is. I mean, my mom, I'm not this wealthy, person that's, comes from wealthiness. My mom worked custodial jobs and cleaning jobs most of her life. And she, she's never made more than $50,000, $60,000 a year. very sort of, still working to this day. She works for a hotel. We're about to acquire the $100,000 for her here within the next week or two. And this is going to become her reality. So we're able to do this for anybody, and then to be able to retire her and to do that is kind of truly special. We're helping so many people. We've had 11 people go through this process in the last month and a half since we acquired this brokerage company. Because this is a recent acquisition of myself and Eric's, and we acquired it. But this company and the team that we've got, Trey's team and the funding specialists and directors, they are so good at what they do, and they have helped thousands of clients prior to myself and Eric kind of coming into the picture. So that is the high level overview of what we do. That I'm sure there's a lot of nitty gritty questions here, which we're going to open up for, in the end, and kind of let people do. But if there's anything I missed, Eric, Trey, or Charlie, or Chris that I forgot, please feel free to sort of add substance to it or make note of here, and then we can go into questions.
Cool. I'll just jump in and summarize real quick. So for the people that are watching, what we're talking about here is that, Chris's group, there's over 3,000 people, right? Chris, have you got like 3,500 now? Is it?
It's just about 3,000 right now. Yeah. We had a bunch of
about 3,000 people. So
yeah.
one of the biggest problems in the group at the moment is that people are really lacking the investment capital to really go in high and leverage a lot of liquidity in their projects. So what we're basically offering here is an opportunity to add liquidity to the entire group. 3,000 people now can actually leverage business lines of credit to expand their portfolio and also get involved in some of the business opportunities that we're presenting to you right now. So we're talking a massive, massive level up from where you are now. And that is what we're presenting. This is a really life-changing opportunity. So for the people that are watching live and also for the people that are watching the recording, it's time to really sort of listen and take this seriously, because this is big, it's huge. And I think what we should do now is move on to Trey, so you can talk a little bit more about the financial side of things and what it is that you do and how you can help somebody get from A to B.
Okay, so I'm going to start out with a breakdown on our primary means of funding, and then I would like to answer Franklin's Tower. I would like to answer your question after that. Okay, so our primary method of funding is going to be 0% interest business lines of credit for 6 to 24 months. Okay, and the way we go about this is we are leveraging our relationships that we've developed through the banks, such as Bank of America and Chase. Those are our two primary lenders. Bank of America, you can get anywhere from 15 to 30 grand. Chase, I can get up to 100K. This process is also repeatable. We only work with tier 1 and tier 2 banks and lenders, such as the first two I named. You have American Express, you have Umpqua, you've got Citizens. We're starting to work a little bit with Citibank, Truist, FNBO. And like I said, some of those products are going to be 6 months. Some of them are going to last longer. It's repeatable. I can teach you how to do this multiple times and keep your 0% interest for up to 5 years and longer. As far as Franklin, let's see. What if you have bad credit, but you have the title to the property for collateral? We actually met last night with a gentleman that specializes in this type of thing. So what I would do is we would try and connect you with him. He would be able to help you out better there. What we do is more unsecured, right? Which is why there are certain criteria that you have to meet, because these are going to be unsecured loans. If you're using things for collateral, we would have him help you out. What's the cost for this?
And they can also look for me. What was the person's name? Sorry, Trey.
Franklin's Tower.
Franklin's Tower. So in Chris's group, if you look for me, my name's Yoda Skills with a Z, and just send me an inbox on what's the app called, Chris? Bloody forgotten now. Telegram, that's the one. Thanks. Send me an inbox message on Telegram, and I'll hook you up and help you out. Okay, and we can start the ball rolling on that. So yeah, just send me an inbox message. Yoda Skills. Same for anybody else that's watching right now. just send me an inbox, and I'll check my inbox as soon as the stream's finished, and then we can start helping you guys.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we'll have a link for everyone to be able to just get into the portal. So we had a question that came through that said, what is the cost for your service? So one of the awesome things about what we have is it's not like we're selling you guys on to join our $1,000 package to get involved in this. Actually, everything that we do up until we secure the funding for the client is free, outside of credit repair, that is. So if you come to us with a good credit score, and you're able to meet the criteria that we spoke about earlier, we're actually able to, talk to you, meet with you, connect you to the banks, guide you through the process if you do need to get your business bank accounts or your LLC or things of that nature. And then we can get you in touch with our connections to the banks, our regional sales managers that we can get you in direct link with. And then all the way up until, again, you secure funding, everything is 100% free. Once we secure funding for the client, we charge 8%. It's an 8% that's invoiced directly to you. And Trey, correct me if I'm wrong, but we've got 5 business days to pay that invoice. Is that correct?
Correct.
Yeah.
And the thing on that, guys, is, like I said, the process is repeatable, but it's not a loan. Okay. So I like to stay away from the word loan, because what we are doing is actually revolving credit. Okay. So if you get $100,000, you're only going to make payments on whatever of that $100,000 you use. Once you pay it off, you still have that $100,000 that you can pull from and rinse and repeat. So if you leverage it into multiple opportunities, what happens is, say it takes you 4 months to pay it back the first time. The second time, it's going to take you half that amount of time. And then what happens is you can infuse that $100,000 every month and pay it back every month. And you're going to grow exponentially by doing this.
Absolutely. That's the answer on the cost there for you, Ed. We have a question that came through that says, what is the minimum investment size? And what if you don't need a business line of credit? Can you simply invest on your own capital? In terms of things like the hedge funds and the automated systems, of course, absolutely. What you're looking at for an investment is around $30,000 or higher. So we do have high ticket opportunities, and those high ticket opportunities are why we choose to leverage business line of credit for those that don't have or can come in at that price point.
Absolutely. And for the person that just mentioned that, if you want to inbox Chris, if you're interested in any of those opportunities, just inbox Chris directly, Black Sheep rather, and he can help you out.
Yep.
All right. Any other questions here? I don't see any more in the chat, unless I'm going to scroll up real quick and kind of see if there's anything that we missed.
Yeah, I invested the 27. I think it's 27,500 is the minimum, right?
Yeah, so right around 30,000.
Yeah. So yeah, you'll need at least 30,000, but then after that, it's like what, $500 a block or something like that.
Yeah, the specifics of that can be gone over outside of this call. We can't go.
Yeah, got you.
Underneath NDA to go into too many of the technicalities.
No, I got you.
But yeah, like we said, reach out to Chris for more details on our private hedge fund, as well as any of the automated business systems from YouTube or e-commerce.
For sure.
Let me answer these 2 questions real quick. Dirtfoot, it's 8% one time. It's just a performance fee. It's just a performance fee. So it's just one time after it's secured, you will be invoiced. After that, it's whatever you want to do with it. We've helped real estate investors. We've helped people with crypto. You can liquidate these cards and use them for cash. And through the liquidation process, that is an extra service, mind you, but it allows you to avoid the cash advance fees. And when you do a cash advance, then they hit you with an interest rate there as well. And normally it's rather high compared to a normal interest rate. So this allows you to keep it at 0%.
Cool.
And can you provide a little bit more context behind the 0% as well, Trey? I think there's
yeah, I was about to break that down. Okay, so Bird Dog, the reason I am 100% sure that this will last quite a bit longer is this. When you do this, we are entering we are getting the intro rate. Okay. So the banks play the long game. They're betting that you are going to max these cards out, that by the time that, say, 20th month comes, right, you're still going to have a balance, and then they're going to be able to hit you with an interest rate. That's why we educate people on how to continue the 0% and how to transfer it over to a new line to keep it at 0%. Right?
Yeah,
So
and what's
yes,
cool about
banks
it,
play the long game on that one. They're just betting that you're going to owe money by the end of the term so they can hit you with the interest rate.
Right.
like Charlie said, we get shit done and it's a short time frame. So all of our income streams that we have, that we offer, are a return on investment year max. Some of them less than 6 months, 5 months, so it's like that's where the long game doesn't work out so well, because we stick right in that 0% interest mark while we're paying back our investment.
Crafty. I like it.
Well, and by the time the terms are up, you should have enough cash flow going that even if you did want to inject more capital from those lines in there, like, you should be able to pay it off monthly. You'll just grow twice, sometimes 3 times as fast.
Yeah.
And for the rinse and repeat process, Trey, is that like every 3 months you can go back and take out another business line of credit?
Correct. After we get rid of inquiries, which I guide them on, this is a case-by-case basis. Like, everyone's a little bit different, right? And if there's something I can do to help somebody optimize their profile in order to get better results, I definitely will. So it is a case-by-case basis. Some people, I can take them in the direction of limit increases, right? Other people, we may have to get rid of some inquiries before we start the process. And some people have things like a couple of late payments. And a lot of times all it takes is a phone call. They don't even need credit repair.
Right, got it. Brian, why don't we expand a little bit more on the automation stuff, YouTube and e-commerce, so people can learn a little bit more about how that works?
Certainly. Yeah. I mean, this is sort of step 2 and step 3 for our system, right? So path of least resistance wise, our private hedge fund is the fastest return on investment. It's 5 months. But the next step for our people and our roadmap is really YouTube automations and e-commerce automations. So we've got a team of developers for YouTube that are going to give you a list of niches to pick from. Again, completely automated, done for you YouTubes. You're going to pick from a list of popular things, luxury cars, cool places to travel, luxury watches, fun cat videos, whatever, right? Things that are popular that have that sort of ability to drive traffic. And you're going to pay for the channel, and it's going to be a 70-30% profit split. They'll invoice you every month for the 30%. Now, what's cool about these channels is they usually monetize within a 1 to 2 month period, so 30 to 60 days. And then within 6 months of monetization, there's an actual guarantee return on investment, or else the profit share of 30% that they invoice you for every month is actually forfeited until you receive return on investment. What's cool about this is with over 300 clients, we have never once had to give out that guarantee. They've never once had to give out that guarantee as a team. So they're successful 100% of the time in receiving return on investment within the 6 months of monetization. So what is investment? Well, one channel is $20,000, 3 channels is $50,000. And the channels are going to typically be seeing somewhere around $6,000 to $8,000 around the 6 to 8 month mark, right? Right
after monetization.
After the monetization, right? After the monetization. And then around the 1 year mark, you should be seeing around 5 figures a channel, somewhere around, 10,000. So if you think about it, for 3 channels for 50,000, you're getting 10,000 per channel by the end of the year. 1 year later, fast forward into the future, 1 year and a couple months, really, monetization, right? Now you've created an income stream for yourself of, if you get 3 channels for 50,000, that's 360,000 right there. I think I just did that math right. But, it's just like, that's just kind of the power of the YouTubes that we offer as well. So that's kind of step 2 is, as Trey said, 2-3 months later, after you rinse and repeat and get another LLC with another line of credit, and you've already entered into our hedge fund, now you can enter into the YouTubes and you've created an additional income stream for yourself. And then we've got automated e-commerce as well. We're in the works of really creating something special that's going to redefine the way that this works. We have several people that we work with that we trust and that we've tried, and they're tested and they're true, and they offer contractual agreements in terms of return on investment and getting your stores up and running, from Amazon to Shopify to Facebook to Walmart. And we are actually in the process of negotiations with working directly with developers and people that can run these stores directly for us, which is with everything that we do. Myself and Eric and Charlie and Trey, we're at the level and the status of being able to directly have relationships with the people behind the actual opportunity. So for example, with the hedge fund, it's family and friends. Our mentors directly live in the same general area of the world and in the same, city that the trader and the leadership lives within, that. So they know they can go out to lunch with the people. Everything is 100% transparent, and everything we do is transparent. So when we, explore e-commerce a little bit more for version 2.0, right now is 1.0, we've created really good relationships with executives and CEOs and leadership of really great companies that offer guarantees. Version 2.0 is we're going to bring this in-house, and we're going to actually offer it ourselves through direct relationships and partnerships with these people. So we've got so many awesome things coming down the pipe too, in addition to that. But those are the two other services in addition to the Gold Hedge Fund that we offer.
Awesome. Did we touch on the e-commerce?
Yeah. So from an e-commerce standpoint, we utilize different tactics for different stores. Like I said, we do Facebook, Walmart, Facebook Marketplace, and Amazon are two really good seamless ones that we've got. There's all sorts of different tactics and strategies that you can grow those stores, and there's all sorts of different returns on investment because there's different means in which you can go about funding your store. How much credit line do you have available for product, right? That's another thing that plays into, how much product can you buy to have on hand to be able to sell in these stores. And then obviously popularity, right? Different products and different things that we source for these stores are going to have different returns on investment. Some stores are going to take off faster than others. The ramping period, it starts off slow and it grows over time. So that's how these e-commerce things work. Cost for the e-commerce store anywhere from $10,000 to $30,000, again, depending on which option that you go for the channel, for the route, which one best suits your needs. So we have different options available there. And again, that's where we can leverage business line of credit to help us, get into those e-commerce as well. I saw that was one of the questions that came through. Cool.
Can I hit a couple of these questions real quick?
Yeah, hit it up.
Okay, you can actually get in touch with me, Ed Sports, through the Degen protocol on Telegram. I am in there as well. So get a hold of either Charlie or me, or Chris can reach out to me as well.
Yeah, I mean, depending on what it is, and to keep things streamlined, you said that there was a link, Brian.
Yeah, so we have a link that's actually our client portal, right? This is a link where you guys can go in. It doesn't charge you anything, but it actually just puts your information into our system so that our CLSs, our client liaison specialists, can reach out to you and actually get this process started. It has a spot for you to download your 3-bureau credit report. It's free. You just put in your name and your phone number and email. And by doing this, it get put into our CRM. So we're essentially able to see you at that point. Versus Charlie and Chris, you guys having to play telephone, we're going to know that these people came from your community, and we're going to be able to manage them through the entire process for you. And then after they're done, after they've secured their line of credit, Chris, we can hand them on right back over to you, or they can reach out to you themselves, and they can kind of look for the next steps in terms if they want to pursue things like the hedge fund or the automation of the YouTubes or any sort of DeFi projects that you guys are involved in.
Are you in the Telegram, Ed? He just posted in the Telegram, so you'll find him there.
Cool.
Right, but they're going to get the link right to the client portal, right?
Yep, the client portal is going to come out. Absolutely.
Right.
Yep.
Okay, yeah, because a lot of people are asking that right now. So you guys are going to get a link. If you want to reach out to us, that's absolutely fine. But you're going to put a link in here, right? Maybe we should do that now. What do you reckon? Do you want to put it in now?
Yeah, if Trey or Eric want to scrap that link up and get it in, we'll post it in the chat. I guess that could be great. We have a question.
Post it in the chat because then people can start.
Yeah, of course. We have a post that came through from JC. It says, "What's the average % range of monthly profit?" Brian said his mom earns 20% profit a month, which sounds amazing. I'm sure this percentage fluctuates. So essentially, you're asking about the private hedge fund that we're in. So yes, they actually offer a guaranteed return on investment, and they're able to offer this guaranteed. So it does fluctuate. The trader's percentage fluctuates. However, he's always hitting over a certain threshold. So he always pays out the same percentage to the members of the hedge fund, which is 22.5% per month. That is a flat rate. Doesn't change. It doesn't go up or down unless you're bringing more capital to the table. If you're a higher net worth individual coming in at $1 million or more, there's increases in percentage that you can be expecting for return from that hedge fund. So his percentage, he is a world-class trader, and he trades for celebrities and pro athletes and high net worth individuals. 7-year track record, very long, time in the game, if you will. Very experienced, very proven, and very well known amongst a lot of the traders. Very, very famous in the trading communities. If you ask amongst some of the other world-class traders that are out there, I've come across several in my time. In this space, because I actually was in financial trading myself. As I mentioned, I was mentored by a lot of really great, some of the best traders in the world. I had the opportunity to meet them and to fall under their mentorship. Trey as well, and all these people are very well known, amongst one another, including our trader for this hedge fund. So that answers that question. Let's scroll down and see what else we got. Do you guys have an example of a YouTube channel that was created so we can see the growth in the metrics? I believe we can offer a couple examples of that. Trey has access to them, so I don't know if you want to grab those, Trey, and throw them in the chat as well. That could be something worth noting. Next question's for you, Trey. Does the loan fall under C Corp classification?
You can put it where it can be under whatever you'd like. S Corp, C Corp. Now, if you get into like the C Corp and you have multiple people that have ownership, anybody that owns more than 25% is going to need to be involved. And what I will do is I'll look at everyone's credit report, and the person that's got the most solid credit, that will be the primary. And that's how it would be ran.
All righty, perfect. Somebody's on the link still, right? Do we have that coming from one of
Eric?
I sent it to the studio.
All right.
I'm new to StreamYard here, so I said chat with everyone in the studio. So I sent the funding and the credit repair links.
Beautiful.
I can put it in the Telegram as well real quick.
All right. We got for the YouTube channel, if you buy a package, do you curate your own content or create it on behalf of you and reap the revenue generated? So yeah, all the content is created for you. You have to purchase the videos. They're an additional charge to the $20,000 for the channel. The videos are between $100 and $200 per video. And you can choose how aggressive you want to be. The more aggressive you are, the more your channel is going to grow and scale. So if you do 3 videos a week, that's a really good point. But, some people do 5 videos a week, 7 videos a week, 1 every single day, 2 a day. It's really on you. But every video is like its own little bank account, right? Because we're driving traffic to the YouTube channel for you. The subscribers are going up, the views are going up, the ad revenue is going up, and your every single video you put in is an investment. It's its own little investment. So that's what's really cool about this. And yeah, the videos are curated for you. They're the typical voiceover videos that you guys see all through Facebook and Instagram and any sort of social media. You guys have all probably seen them. It's not like there's an actual person in front of the camera. There's just a voice, right? A voiceover. They show some pictures of things. They show a couple of like words on the screen, and it's just all pictures with a voiceover. Those sort of informational tidbit videos, if you will, that just kind of go into explaining something. Those are the types of videos that are produced. So you don't have to worry about having talent or, it's not a Mr. Beast style production where you have to have like, a contestant thing and a whole film crew. No, it's very easy informational videos that don't require the talent of an actor or actress. So that's kind of the logistics and what the YouTubes look like for a little bit more clarity. All right.
And for anyone that's wanting to learn a little bit more about the hedge fund or that's interested now, I know there's a couple of people that said that they might not need the business lines of credit. Anything to do with a hedge fund, reach out directly to Black Sheep. And then I can help you arrange some meetings if that's what people want to do, Black Sheep. So I can send you the calendar. You can get people in the appointment book, and we can
For sure.
have a private meeting with those people and just answer any of their questions.
Absolutely. We can do a private call as well. Separately of that off of StreamYard, it would be a Zoom. And it would not be recorded because one of the things, like I've mentioned a couple times, is just the NDA and the privacy of and the exclusive, opportunity that the hedge fund is. This is not like a Google search or a project or, YouTube's promoting it or, a whole presentation with slides or anything like that. This is a family and friends invite only hedge fund opportunity. It's intimately shared with you with somebody that you know. So they're very selective about who gets invited into this. And we are as well, too. So if we've met a couple of people with bad energy that just kind of, had the wrong mentality. And we just chose not to introduce them to the trader and to the opportunity. Because this is only for the serious investor that's not going to, go causing a ruckus and stuff. There's a reason why there's a $30,000 entry point. They want you to have some skin in the game in order to partake in this investment, which is actually a discount because the trader typically prior to this arrangement with this hedge only accepted clients at 2 million or higher. So it's something that's just, something that's definitely amazing opportunity for us all to take advantage of.
Cool. Do we have any more questions?
I like it.
We got some thanks in there. You're welcome.
Yeah, no problems, guys. You're welcome. This is a real game changer for this group. Once we presented this to Black Sheep, his head was rotating 360 degrees and he was spitting flames because, it's a big game changer. We're talking about adding a shit ton of liquidity to the group, which is going to change things on an individual level for everybody within the group, but also as a community, it's going to change the way that you invest and also the way that you get returns as well.
We have 11 people that have created 6-figure incomes using the liquidity of business line of credit. And that's only in the month and a half. We have about 200 people in line right now that have started to pile through, that have started to work their way through the process, that are all knocking on the door. And it's just, we project by the end of the year, we'll have done this for over, 200 or 300 people. And we'd love to, be able to infuse Chris, you and your large community here, with liquidity. And once you guys see this, the thing about this is like, we're dealing with lenders like Chase and Bank of America. Once you guys see this in action, once you guys see that you can get an LLC and you can leverage Chase and Bank of America to create liquidity for yourself. This isn't a questionable, sketchy, no, this is Chase and Bank of America. You guys can walk to the actual branches and walk. When you see the power of being able to leverage that money into creating passive income and as well as infusing yourself with liquidity to be able to get involved in things like private hedge funds, e-commerce, YouTubes, and things like we've talked about, it's a game changer. It's the easiest way to get to, 6 figures and beyond. You could even scale to 7 figures, easily within a couple of years, utilizing the system and rinsing and repeating. So truly powerful stuff.
The one thing I want to mention before we wrap up here, because I do get a lot of questions on it, is it's not just about the money that you're getting from these banks, guys. If you get in now, that allows you to build a working relationship with these banks, right? So now you have options later, right? If you're going to look for more funding, whether it be a mortgage, a car, whatever, you built these relationships. Now you have options, right? You can go straight to the bank. So the other thing is we just had a client, Chase reached out to him after he maxed out his card a couple of times and paid it right back off. They reached out to him and they actually gave him a $500,000 line of credit. So you want to develop these relationships because it's a lot safer for you to use somebody else's money than your own, because with Chase, it's a 1% minimum payment. Whereas if you went and got a $100,000 loan, right, you could be making $3,000-$4,000 a month for payments. So the payments are lower. and you got to look at the big picture. Like if you're looking at expanding, you want these relationships and you want to start them now because there is such thing as opportunity cost. If you wait to get this money, right, that could cost you millions of dollars. Look at all the opportunities that Chris brings to the table. This could open up a lot of doors for you. But if you wait, it could be costing you money. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. Leaking money, as we say.
Cool.
The longer you wait, that's just money left on the table. So it's always better to act now. And at the end of the day, it's a free process. You only ever get charged when you actually complete the whole process, and once you've got your money in your bank account. So, it's a win-win situation.
Absolutely.
Have we got anything else to go over? Have we got any more questions before we wrap up? We've been on here for like just over 45 minutes now, so I think we've pretty much covered everything, unless there's any specific questions that people want to ask.
Looks like we're pretty good from the question bank. So, Chris, thanks so much, man, for having us all on and having us all here. We look forward to infusing your community with looks like we got a little question that came through here. Do you have to physically come back to the U.S. to complete the process? If you have U.S. citizenship, you can do a lot of this stuff online. Sometimes with the banks, if you opening up a business bank account, which is part of the process, that could be in person type of thing. For some people, you have to make your way in person, but sometimes you're able to do it online. We've had a couple people that have had success, but maybe not is the answer.
Do you still have a U.S. address? Do you still have a residence in the United States? Because that's going to depend on the state as well, because different states have different laws when it comes to banking.
Yeah. So Dirtfoot, do you still have a U.S. address if you want to pop that in there real quick? See if he answers that. Yes, he does. All right.
Okay, it's just going to depend on the state then. You should be solid.
Yep, just depend on the state. So, yeah, you can reach out to us with that link and get in touch directly, too, with Trey, which will be good. Cool. Yeah, definitely looking forward to infusing your community here, Chris, and really making some changes in everyone's lives.
Absolutely. And we'll be back again anyway, so we can come back again maybe next week, or, we can
do this every week if you want.
Yeah, we'll make it a fairly regular thing because, there's 3,000 people that we've got to be able to communicate with. So we don't mind coming back and doing this again for the next couple of weeks.
This is going out to the whole space. So, we have multiple communities that can get wind of this too.
Cool. Oh, cool. All right. That's awesome.
Excellent.
Yeah, amazing. Okay, should we wrap it up now, guys? You want to be honest, Chris?
All righty. Cool. Thanks again.
Thanks for coming, guys. Like, subscribe, ring the bell, and we will see you. Actually, I'll see you again at 4:20 for the regular stream.
All righty. All right. Thank you so much, everybody. Good job, guys.
Easy, guys.
Bye, guys.
All right. Let's roll it out.